Oi oi, you barbaric lot. Today we're going to distance ourselves from the moral transgressions of violence and aggression that Kenshi offers, and focus more on kindness, compassion, and self-reflection. To aid us on our spiritual journey, we're bringing Gandhi along for the ride. Some might say I did Gandhi dirty, but people did my queen dirty. I ensured Gandhi truly represented the astral plane. If religion teaches us anything, it shows that together we can bring about a better tax code, helping us achieve unmodest levels of wealth, as the lower class in a post-apocalyptic world usually get eaten, starved to death, or are put into slavery. Thus begun our journey.
Run, bitch! Run!
Oh, you useless! Despite Gandhi's weak, frail, nimble body, what he lacks in physical strength, he makes up for in spiritual strength, allowing him to mine at incredible speeds. When trading, Gandhi picked up on a scent. It smelt like baby powder and wet wipes. Gandhi knew that smell all too well. An autistic one was nearby. Due to being neglected by her own people, combined with her genetic disposition and her extensive list of annoying symptoms, you take whatever acceptance you're offered, and Gandhi needed followers. So Gandhi, the spiritual leader, and his spiritually autistic follower began on the journey to mine for some dollar, carrying 200 kilograms of ore to test the burden they can carry psychologically. Using their funds, Gandhi added some thickness to his religion and some whooping yubba wubba mummy milkers. Gandhi, being a depraved, ugly version, tried the tactic many other cult leaders use and suggested to the group they were sexually oppressed and that they should be more open, not because they were, just because Gandhi wanted to up his chances. Until we recruited this thing, the product of systemic incest, but Gandhi did take it in. He judged people by their soul, and somewhere deep, and I mean fucking deep, he was sure this thing was beautiful. And here we have our holy disciples selectively chosen for their unique virtue and insight into the spiritual realm. Also, they were dirt cheap. Together we set on our spiritual journey to find a home. Unfortunately, on our journey, there were those who weren't fond of our kind, and they didn't realize that
poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Using our third eye, we heard rumors of a great location to set our base. But on our peaceful crusade, my religious, inspiring prodigies were mistaken for slaves. After all the abuse of our journey, we found a town, asked if they too hated our kind.
I am the least racist person in this room.
We weren't sure what to make of that, but okay, I guess we have a home. Gandhi got straight to his meditational practices to delve into the unconscious aspects of his mind. Then began his enlightenment training to further open his third eye and unlock the unconscious virtue inside of him he was yet to discover. Gandhi had an internal problem, causing him complete misery. Sadly, Gandhi had a long way to go. Finally, Gandhi found his answer. During his training, he was looking for a spiritual solution to his erectile dysfunction, and he learnt of the Phenomenitria niguidventra, a spider that can cause a man to have an erection for 7 hours. Gandhi believed he could get at least a good 5 minutes with a couple bites. With this, Gandhi set off to find the spider. After meeting with the Empire peasants, an insect came out, attacking the defenseless peasants. Gandhi, knowing better than violence, took the moral stance of standing aside. A real hero watches, as to participate in the brutal nature of those below him would involve using violence, and violence has karmatic consequences. As they lay dead, Gandhi took their clothes, with doing nothing with their lives but starving and taking from the world. Gandhi believed in their final act, their death would contribute to the greater good of peace. Some saw it as stealing, As this man has no third eye, he could not see the bigger picture. If left, he would have Gandhi thrown into jail. Our spiritual practice would disband. The world would stay dark with no shining example of love, as he refused any diplomacy and saw Gandhi as a twisted character with twisted ideas and morals. He would not communicate with Gandhi. And what was Gandhi left to do? Well, no one was watching.
No, don't do it! No, don't do it! I'm too weak. Don't kill me, please.
To say this burdened Gandhi's conscience was an understatement. He wondered if life involved aggression, as aggression is a key component of survival and standing up for one's beliefs. To hate aggression was to hate a key component of life. Aggression was a tool. It was objective. It depended on the one who wields it. Are there situations where aggression is a virtue? Gandhi considered. Did he actually just hate life? Was there an aggression component in love? Was his philosophy not true but biased to his survival? For Gandhi was a weak man, and to survive needed a weaker world to not exploit his weaknesses. Then, in the face of conflict, just like Gandhi, his worldview falls apart. In return for these questions and the self-reflection on he might be living in a delusion, Gandhi fed him to a bug. If things weren't bad enough, mummy milkers went missing. A devastating blow to our religion. We no longer had a marketing strategy for horny teens. With all this, Gandhi needed to do something good. As such, he followed a broke-armed Naruto runner to a pack of slaves, freeing the slaves from their awful work conditions, such that they could work for Gandhi in slightly better conditions. In modern times, this would still be slavery, but with a low bar for slavery, this was just lower class. For our noble deed, it seemed karma was against us, as freeing the slaves led to us all being arrested, and so the great escape began. They walked us through the town, humiliating us in front of everyone and belittling our religion. As we walked through the desert, we waited for the perfect opportunity to unlock our shackles. As we began lockpicking, the people were unaware to our devious behavior. And then when they began to catch on, they turned around to fight. And at that point, we ran for our lives, continuously being beaten down, getting back up, and eventually all running away together, aside from one. Ato was captured in the slave camp. Operation Ato was about to begin. Sneaking up to the side of the base, we picked a fight with the frontal guards. With the commotion at the front, Ato was able to free himself and run out, and can I say, this was tactically clean. After Operation Save Ato, to stop slavery, we had to attack it at its roots. Gandhi and his team decided to put aside their pacifism in the name of a greater good. After meditating for a long time, our brainwaves began to sharpen. We accepted our pacifist religion was crumbling. We accepted a new idea to minimize our level of violence, and by minimizing, we mercilessly cut off the limbs of the master slave trader. But bringing down slavery and removing the economy of free workers, many shops who benefited decided not to trade with us. To solve this, we needed people to see our deeds as good, but their minds were stale and fixed in position. We needed something that could transcend their minds onto a higher level of consciousness. Using our third eye, the internet, we heard rumors of a special herb down south. And oh boy, did we find some herb. Due to racial profiling, we put all our illegal items on our white characters, so our black ones would be searched and the white ones could smuggle it in. That's right, these racial laws took jobs away from black people and gave them to white people, hence the rise of the white roadman. To gain money, we did some trading. Selling in this game is very similar to real life. Let me explain. In poor neighborhoods, you charge people reasonably. In wealthy neighborhoods with rich private school kids, you increase the price by 400%. While using our funds to build a base, a man asked for our leader. Turned out there was an empire tax of 3,000 caps. And what do you get in return? Absolutely nothing. Then, after paying, he called our glorious religious base a little shack dreg, calling our religious settlement an eyesore for any respecting noble. So when the creature attacked them, we simply watched. We hit a problem with our plan. It turns out, you can't grow anything in a desert. No food will grow on sand. Well done, Gandhi. But Gandhi, using his third eye, spiritual access, fixed this problem by shifting the spiritual essence of the world itself. Now we're growing the psychological remedy the world needed. And oh my lord, did we need it, because of the consistent attacks upon our settlement have led to an onslaught of bodies at our gates. But what could we do? If they destroyed our base, it's over. Gandhi and his followers were beginning to think his philosophy just wasn't sustainable or realistic. Worse, we had the taxman come back. Clearly, our taxes really contributed to our safety. He began mocking our town, not realizing Gandhi was on his wits' end. Then he began to ask for 1,500 cats more than previously. Was this tax for us? No. It was to improve the slavery camps and feed the rich. Then, when he said no, he called our spiritual leader a peasant and threatened to burn our humble town. So, we beat him to death and put his body in our biofuel generator, on our way to get the final slaves from the destroyed slave camp. Symbolically, peace was trapped, not by anything physical. Gandhi realized peace just couldn't exist in this world. Maybe he was no longer someone who could pull it out of his existential cage. During this time, Gandhi wanted to try revert back to his old ways, as he felt lost on his journey, that he might have taken the wrong path. But sadly, once he set on a path, leaving that path is not so simple.
What are you doing, step bro?
Especially when the taxman comes back with an army. Gandhi thought the man who spent his day smoking in the field was closest to enlightenment, but most happy. By protecting him from a cruel outer world, he lived in a peaceful environment. Gandhi thought, is his philosophy an illusion? That peace was only capable by keeping the external dangers out. What were these dangers other than ourselves? Although the man was disconnected from reality and lived in a delusion, a world within a world, he could focus more on improving his delusion, as Gandhi carried out the burden of dealing with the darker aspects of the external world. As long as that internal environment didn't develop the dangers of our nature, such as the outside world, by suppressing greed, envy, and wrath, and allocating a religion to keep them under control, we could have the illusion of a good man who thought he was morally better than those who were raised in a more brutal nature and needed a more brutal nature to survive. Gandhi trusted the man in the field to do his part and realized that he'd make it his responsibility to lessen the effects of the external world that threatened our holy nation. To start, it was time to smuggle the spiritual leaf into the cities. However, they weren't accepting of our ways. Thankfully, we were able to trade with the Thieves Guild, leading to our eventual drug empire. Using trade, Gandhi hoped to set up a shop which would allow our culture and our ways of life to be seen, spread out into the world. The issue? Everyone hated us. With trade off the table, Gandhi looked into art as a way to spread his ideas and culture. It was time for Gandhi to rap. Look like, walk like, smell like Gandhi. Weapon in my robe, but to you it's candy. Freak in the sheets and they call that Gandhi. Gandhi, what was that? It's horrible, do another hymn. I don't really know if I can spread peace, but I know I just gave her peace. Did her so gently with my soft piece. Got her in the eye, that's an eyepiece. I don't think we can spread peace with your music, Gandhi. With our disastrous attempt to improve the outer world, instead, Gandhi decided to hunt down the bounties, those who were evil in a world of evil. Sadly, these don't come with a location, and if you think I'm going to walk around for hours looking for them, think again. Using the map, we found a place called ominous city to which Gandhi assumed evil must slay, and by relieving them from life, we would raise the moral bar of the world. On our journey, the Traders Guild sent an army that, needless to say, obliterated us, which would eventually, with half of an army at our base, obliterate our camp, ensuring their death because the slave traders also came for revenge. To make things worse, the rain we were feeling was acid, burning away at our flesh, and worse, I didn't realize it was continuous. To give you an idea of what was happening to us,
I'm burning. It hurts, please. Stop it.
as we walked away half digested, we came across, robots wrapped in human skin. Gandhi, needless to say, was a little traumatized, especially when they beat down our half-digested bodies and took them back and proceeded to skin us alive. And here is the unfortunate end of Gandhi's adventures. Now let me review the game. Now Kenshi's a really good game, but I would actually wait till next year to play Kenshi 2. It should be coming out, it's a lot better graphics, the gameplay should be more detailed. They're really going out their way, they're talking with the community, and I have a lot of faith in it. But now, this video took me 100 hours to actually make, hence the monster cans to fuel me on this journey. And I don't think I'll be making another video like this for a while, just because I'm a very small channel. I don't really get a lot of profit, so it makes more sense for me to grow my channel by making these little videos rather than spending 100 hours on one video. And I'm only fortunate to have the time right now to even do it, and that's why I kind of wanted to do it. I wanted one of these videos on my channel where I could at least show off my gaming editing. If it does really well, I will actually try and make more videos like this, but it's just such an undertaking that if there's no... I hate to be a human, but I'm incentivized by a reward. Otherwise, my effort will decrease. But I hope you enjoyed the video. It wasn't really made to be offensive more than it was meant to be funny and interesting. But have a good one, guys. Catch you later. Oh, and obviously this video was heavily inspired by Uber Danger, Seth. I wanted to mold them together, recreate the spoil video a little bit. I did include like one or two of their jokes, but I think the majority of them were mine. So there you go. Just because I know it's going to be in the comment section, go fuck yourself.